Hi, everybody, and welcome to one of my favorite programs of the year. Unfortunately, we have to change it up a little bit this year. Normally, we get out the poster boards and all of our magazines, scissors and glue sticks, and we have a good time trying to plan out what our goals are for this coming year. Well, this year, since we can't meet together one-on-one, I thought we could change things up a little bit and learn to do this digitally. This also has an advantage of putting it on the backdrop of your computer if you're using your own computer at home or in your home office so that your goals are always there where you can see. So today we're going to work on making our digital vision board, and we are going to use a Google Draw app to do this. And I also want to show you how to get into applied digital skills with Google. So here on our flyer for this program, I had right here this web address and the class code. And so we're going to use those to get started. All right. I have opened a new browser here, and I have just taken that web address that we saw on the flyer last time, and I put it up here in my URL bar and hit go. And this is where I end up. Teach and learn practical digital skills. The library is a Google partner, and so I have the ability to go through and pick out some of these skills and create little classes with them. So you can do this in the Google Classroom, and I'm going to show you how to get into that. Or if you want, you can do it out of the Google Classroom. So I have also set up in here a resume course, and I believe I set one about making family newsletters if you're interested in those as well. And if there's a topic that you are interested in that you don't see, let me know and I'll be happy to set it up for you. So today we're going to log in as a student. So I'm going to choose student. And here you're going to enter your Google email address. If you don't have a Google email address, that's okay. You can create one now. Or you can use your email address for something else to create a Google account. It works either way. So in here, I am just going to put in an address and hit next. And of course, it asks for your password. And then comes up and asks me, am I the teacher or am I the learner? Well, today we're doing this as students, so let's be learners. Now, because I use my Google account, Google knows me, so it says, hey, welcome, Christina Shepard. I can stay up to date here by creating a profile. Not really interested in that today. And we notice right here, it says I have no classes that I'm in. I can also browse lessons and join any class that I'm interested in, and feel free to look through that on your own time. But for this one, we're going to join a class. And on the flyer, I wrote in capital letters, but it's actually lowercase letters. We're going to put K8JRDN. So it says, is this a correct class? It reads back to me our letters. This is class Digital Vision Boards, and the teacher is, yes, Christina. So we're going to join. Down here, we see that now I am in this digital vision board class, and I can create a vision board. And so if I click on this, it'll get me started. You can hit start. And this will walk you through the steps of doing it. Now I'm going to walk you through the steps without the recording that's on here a little bit differently. But if you want to go back, or if I'm moving too quickly, you're more than welcome to go back and do it here. You can skip through lessons. I don't have to sit and watch all of this. I can hit next and go to the next one. And here it also gives me a short right here of what it is that they're instructing us to do. So in the first lesson, we're going to look at how to create a new drawing, how to rename it, and how to change the dimensions of it. Then it tells you here, before you're going to share anything with the teacher, you're going to open a file, you're going to click share, put the teacher's email address, which is mine, give access, and then click done. And that's only if you want me to see it. I don't have to see it. It is fun, but there are various reasons why people complete vision boards, and we're going to listen into a little bit of the Google video that comes with this lesson so that you can kind of get an idea of the purpose or the background behind vision boards and why it's something you may want to do.
People use all kinds of tools and inspiration to help them stay focused and productive. You may have quotes, habits, or reminders that help you stay motivated and focus on the right things in your daily life. A vision is your plan or hope for the future. You can use a vision board to make short and long-term goals for the future, help you stay motivated to reach those goals, and Remind yourself to keep up the good work.
So we're going to go ahead and get started with our vision board. So to get to this point right here, we had to log into Google. So we should still be logged into Google. So I'm going to open a new tab, which is just coming up here, and clicking this plus. And I'm going to go to my Google Drive. So if you're logged in, you can just type drive.google and it'll take you there. And to do this program, we are going to go to New, and then where it says More, under the docs and the forms, there'll be one that says Google Drawing, and that's where we're going to go for this activity. And this is kind of like a whiteboard for Google, but then we can keep it. The next thing we need to do is save this, and this is so easy, and I love this about Google because Google will automatically save whatever you were working on constantly. All we have to do is up here where it says Untitled Drawing, we're just going to click there. We're going to give this a name. So instead of Untitled Drawing, I want to title mine to be Vision Board 2021. Might be kind of fun to come back next year and review and see how many of those goals I've actually reached. All right, now that I have done that, it says it's saving there. About every minute or so, it's going to save whatever progress I've made on here. The last step in the first video is to change the size of our drawing board. So I'm going to go to File. I'm going to come down where it says Page Setup. There are some pre-standard setups, and right now we're looking at a 4x3. There's widescreen 6x9 or 6x10, and those are good computer settings. For us, we want the maximum space we can have. So I'm going to go to Custom, well, not maximum, but a good amount. And in the video, they tell us to do 36 inches by 24 inches. Hit Apply. And it didn't change too much, but we can tell it's a little bit wider now than it was before. So the second lesson in Google's drawing course on vision boards will be choosing 2 or 3 areas of focus, and it'll also be setting the background color. So I'm going to start with setting the background color, and this one, anywhere on the checkered thing, I'm going to right click, and I'm going to choose where it says background. Over here in background, we can see several solid colors, and I can click one and it makes the whole sheet that color. I also have the option, if I don't enjoy these colors, I can do a custom color where I can choose a hue or enter the direct hex code if I know that. I can also adjust the transparency so that it's kind of see-through or not within it. The ones I really like to use, however, is these up here that say gradient, because the color is not the same all the way through it. So blue is a nice calming color to me, as is green. Some people find other ones. So that's what I'm going to go with. And you notice it's a little lighter here in the center than it is on the outsides. And that's what the gradient is. The next part of your vision board is picking 2 or 3 interests that you think you might want to pursue this year. So I am going to insert, and we'll say word art. And one area I might want to pursue is better health. So I'm going to choose that for one. We'll put this word over here. I'm going to insert another word art, career advancement. And one more area. We'll do word art again. Music. Maybe I want to pursue my music life a little further. So, in this lesson, we changed the background color. We made this one, mine is light blue with the gradient in it. And I've chose 3 areas that I want to focus on. So you can stop here, move on. If you want to go back and watch the video portion from Google to see how they do it, they go a little bit slower than I do. Or we're going to move on to the next lesson. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we are going to give these three areas a little bit more meaning on our board. Right now we inserted the word art, so we went to insert, we said word art, and then we just typed the word in. But they're kind of light, you can't really see them, and they don't have a lot of meaning on here. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click one of them, and I'm going to go right here where the font is, and it says Arial. And I'm going to choose a font that I think represents health a little more than what I've got on there. So maybe to me, when I think of health, I think a little more spread out. I also choose a bolder color. Something a little more bold, so maybe, yeah. I'm going to do that with each of my three words. Try to find something that's going to represent a little more. I can also change with the placement here. So I've changed the colors. I can move them around. I can change the size of them. So career advancement's really long. I can make the box, I could grab one of these corners and kind of drag it in towards the center, and it'll change the size. Music, I might want to spread out a little more. Not like that, I don't. I want to put it in italics. There we go. I want to be a little more bolder. All right, the next thing we're going to do is add some supporting evidence to what we're working on. So now we've got these three areas of focus, but we want something that's really going to zoom in and focus on these, something to draw our eyes around as we go. So in here, I'm going to insert some images. Now, if you've got pictures already that you like and you know maybe family is more of a focus and you want to insert a picture of your family, you can upload from computer and grab that file off your computer on there, or if you have it saved in your Google Drive or in Google Photos. I'm going to search the word for mine. I don't think I have any up here. When I search the web, it opens up over here this search for images box. And in there, I might want an image that's going to show a little more exercise, as you know, health kind of represents that. And when I find one that I think shows what I'm looking for, I can just drag it over. I can resize it as needed. And to resize it, I just grab the ends. If I felt like this box was taking up too much room and was going to overlap, I could crop some of the white space out. Oops, that didn't work. Try that again. There we go. And so the next part of this is just finding some images, sizing them, making them fit what you want them to fit. So 2 to 3 images for each area. I'm going to go ahead and pause mine. Next time I see you, I'll have some more images on here. So I finished finding all the images that I wanted to put on my vision board that are going to help keep me focused on moving correctly, keeping my diet in check, things to help me advance in my career, things to help me musically around. So now I might want to add some shapes to help impact the words that are on there. So I can up here under Insert, go to where it says Shapes. We can see there's a few different ways that you can highlight them. Call outs, it's showing some text bubbles or stars, some banners. I actually kind of like this banner a lot. So we can put that around my career advancement. You notice how that covered it? I can change that real easy by right-clicking and going to Order. until I want to send it backwards, which brought her in front of it. Or I can order and send it all the way to the back, which will put it behind all the characters I here have in front. I can insert another shape to highlight something. If there was one that I wanted to focus on more than the other, I would want to make sure that I highlighted just that one, which is what I think I'm going to end up doing with the career advancement. There's some shapes there. I thought if there's a cool music note one, I might use it. No, so I think that's the one I'm going to use for mine. The other thing you can do now is resize some of these images. But you want to make sure when you're doing it that you leave enough white space on there. If you fill the space too full, it doesn't give the eyes a break. And so you want to make sure the eyes have a way to kind of flow around and check your image as it goes. So you can see mine kind of flows through some. It's not all image, image, image. At this point, if you were following along and using the Google Digital version, the Applied Digital Skills Google Vision Board class, you would be able to print out a certificate. And I've got that over here where you can kind of see underneath my face here, it says Applied Digital Skills Certificate of Completion Print. So you can print that out if you maybe needed hours to show that you're working on something, or you just want that extra reward to know that I created this on the computer. But the next thing it's going to ask you for is a quiz. And it wants to know how well you did on this. Were you, what'd you learn? And so they're going to go through some of the skills that you've practiced while doing this. And then the next thing it has is some extensions that you can do. So even though we just spent that time to make that board, we might want to take this even further. And instead of just having still images, we might want to add, I'm going to say GIF. Some people say GIF. I say GIF because it's a graphic interface. But anyway, GIF onto your board so it's interactive on your screen and kind of bounces back and forth. You can save your board as a PDF and print it out to put it where you want it. Or you can print it as or save it as a JPEG and use it on the backdrop of your computer now. So it's got a lesson here to show you on that. The other thing you can do is create a clickable vision board presentation. So on this, I might have the violin where I click on it and it's going to take me to more about the Albany Symphony Orchestra. Maybe about auditions, how to be a sub there, or maybe how to get season tickets, so that my vision board is now interactive and has more goals to push further that I can double check on. Career advancement, I might have that linked to a job board that I follow, so that I can, when I look at that vision board, I can go, oh yeah, and then click and refocus on what I'm going. So I hope you've enjoyed this Applied Digital Skills where we were able to add some images to a drawing pad through Google where you can make a short presentation or set your goals for the years. If you have any more classes or things that you're interested in learning, please don't hesitate to reach out and ask. My email is cshepard@docolib.org. You can also fill out on the contact form on our webpage at docolib.org. And I hope you've enjoyed this, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye.